Good morning, my friends. Today, it's another gray, cloudy day. Not sure what the temperature is. I'm sure it's a little bit chilly. So tomorrow's Halloween, and I'm sure people are pretty excited about that. I think the last time I went trick-or-treating was almost like 10 years ago. It's very weird to think about that, I used to look forward to Halloween mostly because of the candy, and now it's just kind of like, you know, this vague holiday that kind of comes and goes, and it's not really a big part of my life anymore. I used to sort of think of Halloween as this big thing when I was a kid. It was like this big event that would happen where, you'd get to dress up and you'd get to go around the neighborhood and get free food, free candy, whatever. And that was really fun. And now it's just kind of this, this thing that happens once a year. So today I'm going to be talking about something called the law of attraction, which is, this self-help term that a lot of these, so-called gurus like to talk about. If you ever heard of that book or documentary called The Secret or anything like that, there's this notion that you basically just have to believe you'll get something and you will get it. It's a very interesting thing that I believe in to some degree, but it's very, after like sort of implementing it into my life for the past year, it definitely doesn't work exactly the way it professes to be. It's not going to work for everything. I remember when I first tried it out, I like really focused on like attracting like just money into my life. And I went out to go get something to eat, and I found $15 on the floor, like on the sidewalk. And $15, when I say that, I mean I found a $10 bill. I kept walking, then I found a $5 bill right after that, and that was like, that like hit my head. I was like, holy shit, this is like a real thing. And I thought maybe I can do this like all the time, and I can just be a millionaire just by attracting money in the street. But obviously that didn't happen. I do get, ever since I started doing it, I find more things on the sidewalk now, just either it's money or just like jewelry. Like I found I don't know, just this earring, right? I mean, I probably can't really use it for much, but it's got like these little turquoise beads. I could probably sell those for something. Obviously if someone's missing this, I'd like to give it back to them, but it's like, you find something on the street, it's not like that person's going to find it again or anything like that. It's just kind of there. So, that's all it is, really. And I found several of pieces of jewelry, actually. I have like 5 pieces of jewelry that I've just found, just on the sidewalk, and then just money in general I'll just find randomly now, which is weird. And it's like, it's really like a muscle when it comes to law of attraction, but you have to sort of, you do have to believe in it, right? And that's the concept. But also, if you want to do it to better your life, fulfill your life, this is sort of small scale stuff, right? You need to become like, this isn't something that's going to make me live off of for any amount of time. I actually have to like create channels to be able to receive something from the universe, or whatever you want to call it, right? So it's very difficult, and you have to understand that it takes a lot of time, and during that time people generally don't have the patience to sit in, because they want things to happen now. And that was the thing that sort of like held me back. When I first found that $15, I was like, all right, now I'm going to get it tomorrow, I'm going to get more money, it's going to happen in a week, I'm going to become a millionaire, right? It doesn't work like that. It's not going to happen fast. And that's sort of what I realized over the past year, even though I've had moments where I've attracted things into my life. And it's interesting to see it unfold, and it's kind of like every time it happens, it sort of surprises me. And I need to sort of understand that's how the universe works, and sometimes it's not really going to work as effective. Sometimes it's just not there, it's not available for you at the time, and it might take a while. You might it's happened to me where I've wanted certain things in the past and it takes like a few years before I actually get it, and it's like a small thing too, like I don't know, just like anything really. Like I want like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. I wanted a pair of jeans. I'm actually going to show you a pair of jeans here. I have them on the floor here. A pair of jeans just like this, bleached, just normal jeans. They're not really that special. I just wanted a pair of jeans like these, and I couldn't find it. It was like earlier this year. I went to like every store. I went to the Gap. I went to Old Navy. I went to American Eagle. I was in China. I went to the clothing stores there, and I couldn't find them. I couldn't find those jeans. It took like the whole summer passed by. I couldn't find any pair of those jeans, and it was like, what the hell? Why can't I find these jeans? And I just want these jeans. It's not really that complicated, but I can never get it. And then now I go anywhere I go, any like clothing store, I see those style of jeans just in the store. It's like, it's crazy. I mean, they're just kind of everywhere now, and they're kind of like in my face, and it's like, oh, okay, well, here they are. Took you long enough, right? And it's weird. It kind of works like that. It's like you're desperate and you're craving for something, and then all of a sudden it starts happening, and it's like you already have a pair of jeans, and it's like you don't want them anymore, but now they're just around you everywhere. And this can apply to anything in life, which is why I feel like I've like tried to develop more patience, because patience is really the key for all this stuff to work. And you also have to you do have to act on things. You have to actually look and create things, especially in your career. You have to make things happen. You can't just sit in a room and expect it to come to you. That $15 I found on the sidewalk, I did actually have to leave my house and go somewhere in order for it to come to me. It didn't just fly into my bedroom, right? Even though that wasn't exactly a very proactive thing to do, it was still an action. There's some people in the world who just don't even go outside that much. They leave their apartment or house like every 2 days and spend their entire lives on the internet, right? Which is a bit strange to me, but some people do that, and it's that's how it is. There was a point in my life this summer, actually, I was like looking for a job. I needed a job just because it's like I wanted to like work part-time, and within a week I see my friend. It's like, oh yeah, we were talking, and it's like, oh yeah, there's an opening. I didn't have to write a CV. I didn't have to have an interview. I just asked him, like, can I get the job? It's like, yeah, just text my boss and then you can start working. And that was it. It was like right on the spot. I didn't even meet the guy, my boss. I didn't even meet my boss for like 2 weeks while I was working there, which was like insane, because I've always hated writing CVs, doing interviews, looking for jobs. And at that point, I was like, all right, I need a job. I want a job. I like opened myself up to the possibilities, and I asked a friend of mine, is there an opening for this job? And then he said, yeah. And that's the other thing too. You need to ask for things, right? You need to actually talk to people. You need to like engage in a discussion and meet people in order to create something into your life. You can't just expect people to come to you, which is another interesting thing. It's also a biblical concept as well. Ask and it is given, right? Which is also very interesting if you think about it. So yeah, law of attraction, I definitely believe in it. If you don't believe in it, there's no reason not to. You're going to feel better about your life anyway if you just sort of stop thinking that everything's sort of against you, which is sort of the mindset I used to have, and it still pops up because it's still sort of ingrained in my thought process from throughout when I was a kid, which is, the little voice in your head that tells you, oh, you're not going to do well in life, you're going to fail, everyone hates you, blah, 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 blah. That's always kind of going to be there for a lot of people, but then you just have to work on making this other voice in your head stronger, that yeah, you will succeed, yeah, you'll find money will work out for you somehow, and that's basically how the world works, and people don't want to believe in that because it's very esoteric, metaphysical. It doesn't seem real. It's not very practical, right? But that's just how it is, so you got to deal with it, right? So anyway, that's all for today. and I hope you have a wonderful day.